The history maker on the night, and will go down as Treaty United men's first ever goal scorer. I caught up with Joel and firstly put it to him that all this started years ago with his local club Corbally United.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, it did. So I'm just delighted to be back now and representing my hometown. That's obviously as a kid now. I think it's kind of anyone's dream to kind of represent their county, so I'm absolutely delighted to do that.
Yeah, and you marked your first treaty appearance in style, a goal that will go down in history, the first ever men's senior goal with the newly formed Treaty United men's team. That must have been a major honour for you.
Yeah, at the time I actually didn't think too much of it. I just delighted to score, obviously. But then, obviously, when the game started going on, I started to think about it more. Maybe that's why my touch was kind of a bit bad. But no, delighted with that. And it's an accolade now that obviously can't be rewritten. So I'm delighted with that.
Yeah, that'll be in pub quizzes down through the years now from when people can get back out. You're in it a couple of weeks now after that, obviously, licence announcement. What have the early signs been from your point of view in this new 26-man squad? Are you confident you can maybe upset a few teams this season in the First Division? It's a very competitive division.
Yeah, it's very competitive. Yeah, I feel like we'll do quite well. From playing against Waterford there, it was a good standard, and starting from the goalkeepers, defence, midfielders, all the way up to strikers, we've got a decent squad, a very strong squad, very pacey squad as well, so playing there the other night felt like it was quite hard to break us down, so I feel like going into the season we're really confident, and we've only been training a week together, and we've been gelling really nicely, so actually can't wait now to get out and play the first game.
Yeah, and I suppose following this weekend you'll have a bit of a training match, then you go to Athlone for a pre-season friendly, I think Monday week is this. You had a spell there before signing, of course, you came back and signed with local club Regional, but you didn't really play a whole pile for either of those two sides, did you?
No, well, with Athlone, obviously I ended up signing for them, just with circumstances back home, I had to end up leaving them. So it was kind of a shame, really kind of worked out. But ended up coming back home anyway, and ended up signing for Regional, and only got to play one game. But I scored in that as well, so 1 game, 1 goal ratio. I'll take that.
That'll be another one for the pub quizzes.
Yeah. Obviously with COVID and things like that, the season shut down, so it was a shame we couldn't play. But just glad to sign here now and get going again.
Yeah, definitely. And look, you once scored for Shamrock Rovers against Limerick at the Markets Field. I'm sure you're looking forward to getting a few goals for Treaty for the home side this season.
Yeah, hopefully. Now it was a bit bittersweet when that happened, because my family are from that area, from Garryowen, and my granddad played for Limerick and stuff as well. It was plus it was my first League of Ireland goal, so it was kind of good to score, but kind of I didn't really want to celebrate too much, But hopefully I can score a few goals in Market Field and we can get off the flyer.
I'm sure you're hoping that the public get behind the team like they did with previous Limerick representatives, and when it's safe to do so, I'm sure you're really looking forward to the Limerick crowd getting behind the team and hearing that roar as you come out into the pitch on the Markets Field.
Yeah, exactly, because even when I scored there the other day, when I looked at my phone, it blew up, so the sport is immense here, and especially in Limerick, with being such a big county in Ireland, it was crying out for a football side. It was a shame that obviously Limerick had to kind of end, but at least now it's hopefully a new start, new beginning, and hopefully we can have a few wins, and let's see what happens in the future. Hopefully it's a bright future for the club.
Yeah, and I suppose from your point of view and your career, I know you're delighted to have signed with Treaty United. You're delighted to be back in Limerick. Is it time now to kind of settle back in Limerick for the long term, or what way are you looking at it, kind of long term, or is it more in the moment at the moment with, I suppose, everything that's going on?
Yeah, just going to see what happens now in the moment. But if we do well this season, there'd be nothing for me to move on to. I love representing my county. Obviously, I said it before, it was a dream of mine since I was a kid. So all I want for this season is to go out and do the best we can and represent ourselves really well, and hopefully even battle for playoffs and see what happens. You never know what can happen, in this league. So that'd be the end of this season, just to go and play well and hopefully do the best we can do.
Yeah, and I suppose just very finally, Joel, it's all really leading up to Bray, isn't this? Later on this month, towards the end of March, that's the first game away from home at the Carlisle grounds, a venue I'm sure that you'll know well yourself. That must be in the mind. I know you're going through the pre-season at the moment and you're looking forward to friendlies and the likes, but I suppose anticipating that return to League of Ireland action, you must be licking your lips with that prospect, particularly with COVID and everything, as you say, affecting the junior season last season.
Yeah, definitely. Like we all haven't played games in a while. I think my last game was November, obviously for regional. So I'm itching to get going and Bray away. It's a tough opposition, especially when I was at Rovers. Going there, it was always a sticky game, so with conditions and things there. So, and especially they've signed a good few players as well, so it'll be strong opponents, and I feel like we should do all right. Hopefully we can go out and get the first win.
Yeah, hopefully they can. Joel Coustrain there.